I'm just making sure. Okay, there we go. So it is recording now, and we're broadcasting live. So let me go ahead and get this up here. So you guys, top link. Sorry, I'll always have the link to the presentation, and you can add it to your Google Drive too. When you pull it up, it's a Google presentation. bit.ly/Appy Hour Chrome. And so from there, I have everything linked, so you can either type it if you want, if you see it up here, or you can just click it on the actual presentation. And then make sure that you sign in too, so you get credit for being here on bit.ly/WC sign in.
What's the training doing? Google?
Yep, we're going to look at a couple things in Google Chrome. Get through as much as we have time for today.
Is Ellie sending the CIU or CEU's papers?
Yeah, I'll talk to her and ask her about that, yeah. And then I did want to put too, we're kind of playing with this hashtag West Clare Learns on Twitter. So if you're on Twitter and you want to tweet about what we're doing in these Appy hours or Schoology, PD, anything, I've got that up there. A link to the curriculum portal, as always, where this stuff will live, as well as our Schoology Appy Hour group. Which, if you weren't here last time, and I know there's been a handful of people who have joined the group since last Thursday, which is awesome. But if you have not had a chance to do that yet, if you just pull up Schoology in another tab and log in, and you're going to click Groups at the top. Make sure you click Groups and not Courses. And then you'll just enter this access code, or sorry, you'll Groups and then Join, and then enter this access code, which is H96W3-MPPG2. H96W3-MPPG2. Yes.
Where do you want us to type that in at?
So you'll go up to when you're logged into Schoology from any page, Groups at the top, and then Groups right there, and then Join, and then this screen right here. Yeah.
But if we're already joined, we don't join again.
Yeah. No, you're already joined. But I just want to make sure for anybody new, like this presentation, links to some other things, it's all going to be in the resources section of that group. And then at the end, I put a little poll up there after each week so you guys can vote or give some input on the tool for next week. Is everyone good if I move on from here? Okay. So I am actually, if we have time, I'm going to come back to this video. It's just a 5-minute video, but I was happy that we didn't have a lot of votes last week, just being the first one, but I was happy that people wanted to see stuff in Chrome. Because I think a lot of times it's easy to kind of skip over the basics and you don't learn some of the basic things that can make your life much easier, like working in Chrome and for your students on the Chrome books and things. So I'm glad that you guys want to do that. But if we have time at the end today, I'm going to come back and play this video because it'll highlight, the video does a really nice job of highlighting some of the things that I know we won't have time to get to today. So if we don't get a chance to watch it, go back and watch it. It's only like 5 minutes, and I promise it'll be worth your time. Okay, first things first. If you are on the Chromebook, this step is essentially taken care of for you. Okay, so for your students and everything, it's going to be nice. But I want to make sure, first and foremost, everybody knows how to log into Chrome's browser. Okay, so I'll kind of pop out of this presentation in a second so I can show you, but you're looking for 3 horizontal lines in the top of your browser. And then when you click those, let me see, because it looks a little different depending on where you go. So you're going to want to go to Settings, and at the very first thing where it says Sign In, it should say Signed In As. And you are going to want that to be your West Claremont email account. If it's a different account, like a personal Gmail, don't worry. I'll show you how you can switch.
And it has to be the @my.westclair.
Yes, @my.westclair. These 3 horizontal lines. Here we go. And then Settings. There we go. So you're logged in right here, signed in as Miller_Shelley. Awesome. And I just want to make sure that if it says sign into Chrome right there, then you're not signed into anything. And again, you guys on the Chromebooks, when you get back to your laptop, you're going to want to double check that you're signed in. Because signing in to the actual browser with your username, it is going to sync all of your settings. It's going to sync the extensions, which is going to be our main focus today, so that whether you're on the Chromebook and then you go log on to your laptop, or if you're on this laptop and then you're on a desktop or you go home, if you log in with that account, all of those things are going to show up for you. Browsing history, I do want to point that out. Because if you are logged in under that account, you go home and you're, shopping for a bathing suit before spring break with, at Victoria's Secret or something, and then you come back to school, that it would be associated with, that browsing history there. So I just like to point that out. But it's super nice because then when you're signed in, let me pop out of this presentation because now I'm signed into Chrome. So when I come over here to pull up, let's say just Drive, for instance, I'm going to be logged into all Google applications with that account. And you're not going to have to worry about fussing and going, oh, shoot, I'm logged in, to my personal account here, my school account here, and switching back and forth. So make sure that you're logged in. This is a part that you're going to want to know. Now, let me show you how to switch accounts. So, for instance, we've got somebody logged into their personal Gmail account here to Chrome, which is fine. If you guys look, let me pull this down because it's right on top. There we go. So if you look right up here at the top of your Chrome screen, you're going to see your name, or it might just say user 1 or something. It's right next to these minimize, maximize, close. If you click your name right there, you're going to get this next screen, and you're going to want to say switch person. This is what you're going to want to do if you want to go back and forth between a personal Gmail and your school Gmail, just to keep everything logged in and separate. Then when you say switch person, see, I have to go back and forth between all these accounts, between my personal stuff, all the schools that I work with. And so you guys, you're going to want to say add person down at the bottom. And then when you say add person, it's going to give you a new screen to log in with that personal account. Or for you, for instance, so switch person. Oh, I wonder if they have it locked down on us. They shouldn't, because I'm on my West Claremont one.
We don't have it.
You don't have it. You won't on the Chromebook.
Oh, you won't.
Yeah, because when you log into the Chromebook, you're essentially logging into Chrome. So you actually have to log out and log in as a user on the Chromebook. Is it? Are you guys getting able to switch person? Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
Here, go ahead, close this. And scroll down just a little bit. People, add person. Mm-hmm. So we'll just, and from once you add, now you can select a little icon if you want.
I was just listening to Jimmy.
And then add. There you go, now it'll take you. So now you'll want to log in with your My West Clare.
Thank you.
Yes. And from now on, switching back and forth. So once you log in the first time, then the next time that you go up to switch person, you'll now have your West Claremont icon and then your personal Gmail. So anytime, don't ever, ever, ever log in and like if you get to Drive here under your West Claremont, come up and log out and log into Drive if you're in Chrome or West Claremont. Does that make sense? If you're logged into the browser with one account, don't log in and out of an individual application because that's how you'll get mixed up and jumbled and you'll accidentally end up creating a Google Doc from your personal Gmail when you meant to do it from West Claremont, etc. So just switch back and forth up at the top anytime you want to switch between accounts. So just wanted to point out those couple of features. And then what we're really going to look at today are extensions, because I don't think we're going to have time to get past extensions in Chrome. But extensions live to the upper right of what's actually called your Omnibox in Chrome. Because in Chrome, instead of just the address bar where you would normally just type a URL, it's a search bar. So you don't ever need to go up there and type google.com and then go to your search. You can just type your search right up here in the Omnibox. It'll calculate math functions for you, conversions if you're cooking, those kinds of things. But so these are your extensions up here in the top right. That's where they live. And they work on essentially any browser, or sorry, any web page that you are on. So let me show you what I mean. So Bitly, we had a lot of questions about last week about how I make those Bitly links and how you guys can make them. So you can go to bitly.com and make them from the website, or if you install the extension, no matter what website I'm on, here's my Bitly extension, this little B right up here. Any web page that I'm on, I can come up here and click Bitly, and it's going to let me create a short account. And remember, I did mention this last week, but if you're interested in Bitly, you don't need an account. If you do create a free account, that's where you can customize them. So like I had Bitly/Appy Hour Chrome instead of just this goofy 1G, 5G, 6BO, whatever. So right from here, then I can add my little customization. I already did it for this, so I'm not going to, and then I click save, and then I have my short URL that I could share with people or students so that they could get to a website. That's Bitly, and I'm going to walk through just a couple of these, and we're actually going to have time where you guys go to the Chrome Web Store and install these and any of them that you want and actually kind of explore some on your own. So let me just walk through a couple more. Google Docs Quick Create. I love this one. I use it multiple times every single day. It's this little drive icon right up here in my Omnibox, or right up here next to my Omnibox. No matter what web page I'm on, if I want to create a new Google document, spreadsheet, presentation, drawing, or form, I can just click that icon and select, and it opens it for me. So I don't need to log into Google Drive first to then say new doc. Yeah, it's a huge time saver. Yeah, and actually on the presentation that I shared with you, it'll link you right to where to go to install each one of those. But I'm going to take you there in just a minute. So that is Google Docs Quick Create. Tab Cloud is an extension. So it's this little cloud on my icon, and what it does, it's awesome for like lesson plans, or let's say if you're somebody like me, if I see somebody emails me an article that I want to read, I'll leave it up, and sometimes I notice I would leave it up for days because I'm like, I don't have time yet, but I don't want to forget, Well, this tab cloud comes in handy for things like that too. But so any tabs that you have open in a particular window, when I click this little icon for Tab Cloud, it will let me save that group of tabs. So I can actually name it. So like last week for Kahoot's Appy Hour, I had all the tabs open that I needed, and I saved them. So then when I'm ready to come back later, sorry, this little clicker is hard to use when I'm trying to get real precise where I'm clicking. If I click to open, it's going to open up all those tabs that I saved. So like if you have a lesson where you want them to read this article, you're going to be in Schoology, you're going to watch this video. If you're going to have a lot of stuff open, it might be nice to go ahead and save that group of tabs so you can just open it at once when you're ready to go. So that is Tab Cloud. Next one over here. Speak It. Speak It will let you highlight text on a web page, and then you can either right click, or it's this little, looks like a volume sound icon, and it will actually read the text on a page to students. So struggling readers, ESL students, it will read text on a page to you. So I'm just going to go here.
So we can individually, when students log into the Chromebooks,
they would need to install it on their own too.
Show them to install this extension. And they could listen to any text.
So I can either right click and select Speak It, or come up here to my little audio icon up at the top. And let's make sure my volume's up for you.
Select text you want to read and listen to it. Speak It converts text into speech, so you no longer need to read.
It's reading an old one, sorry. Let's tell it to read this one. I had paused it before.
Spiritual leader of 1.2 billion Catholics challenged.
And it only reads the text that you highlight. So it's great for struggling readers because it's that text right there that I selected to read. So that's an extension. I'm just trying to show you all kinds of different ones so you can see the versatility between them.
So we have 2 intervention specialists in the room, so they
Awesome.
can definitely use it in their
Good.
district.
I'm glad. Well, then you're going to like this next one too. No, that's an extension too. So I can do that. Extension, you can activate them on any web page. Doesn't matter where you are. So like whatever article this is that I'm reading, I can just click my little, it looks like a volume, it's the Speak It extension icon, and then it will read the text that I've selected on any web page. So I'm going to stick with this New York Times article on purpose. If you notice, there's a lot going on. I've got titles, I've got share links, I've got ads, I've got a lot going on this page. It's easy to get distracted, right? My extension called Readability, which you may have heard of Readability. If I click it and say Read Now, this is one, and I do not have a Readability account, so you don't need an account. Gets rid of all the clutter on the page. No distractions. If you create a free account on readability.com, you'll notice I had that option there that said read later. So it would actually take care of cleaning it up, and it would store it on my Readability account so that if you wanted to go back to it later and read, or if students needed to read it for homework or something, then they could get right to it that way. But it's another one that you don't need an account. Yes?
So could you do the cleanup and then send students that link and will it be clean for them? Like where it says readability.com/articles?
Let's test that out. That's a good question. Let me pull up a different browser here. Oh, no, it's pulling up the same article.
So do the students have to have that?
They would need to, yeah, for each of these to work, they will need that to install the extension themselves, yes.
So we could print this, like let's say we want to
Yeah.
print it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Was there another question? Yeah.
Once it's on a Chromebook, does it stay no matter what account opens, or does each student with their account have to open this extension?
It would have to be each student. So I might, like maybe that if it's something widespread, it could be a few minutes in advisory, could be just a couple minutes at the beginning of your class, and, just have them go install. But the good thing is, because remember, when you're signed into Chrome, and for students, when they sign into the Chromebooks, that's what they're doing, is signing into Chrome. No matter what device they're on, when they log into their account, it's going to be there. So it's not something that they would have to be like in your class. I'm on your Chromebook number 1. I have to install it. Then I go to Brooke's class and I'm on Chromebook, 22, and I have to install it again. It's there because it's my account. So it will be a one-time deal.
Yeah, those students that really need it, no matter what Chromebook they were using.
Yeah, there it is.
Can you speak it with this view?
Mm-hmm.
And also, so it doesn't kick you back out.
Let me just select a little bit.
Spiritual leader of 1.2 billion Catholics challenged.
It's still reading the old one, yeah.
Washington, Pope Francis.
Yep, so you can definitely combine the two. Let me see, and I think readability. Extensity. So these extensions are awesome. One downside is that if you're running a lot of them, they do take up memory on your machine, so they can start to slow you down. However, there's an extension for that. It's called Extensity. So what Extensity does, it's this first one that I have in my extensions, is when I click it, I can turn any of these on and off just by clicking them. So like, let's say that there's an extension that I don't use very often. If I don't want to constantly have it running, I can turn it off just by clicking. So I'll do Readability, for instance. So I'll turn Readability off, and if you look at right up here where my Readability chair icon is, it's going to disappear when I click this. So click, and it's gone and it's off. So that's not taking up memory now on my machine. When I want to use it, I come back to Extensity, and I just click it, and there it came back. It's back on. I can use it. So Extensity lets you turn extensions on and off. Save you some memory. Keep you moving fast. And I've got 2 more that I'm going to show you, and then I'm going to let you guys actually go out and look and install these on your own. Picture-in-picture. I like picture-in-picture because I try to have a picture of what it could look like here for you. But so if you run picture-in-picture, it's very much like your television, where you can have one screen. Now you can't resize it, but you could have a little screen right here. So sometimes in PD, I'll put my presentation right there. And then if I'm navigating to another website, like maybe I had a to-do list right here, but I want it to be out on the website, you know, doing something else, that kind of keeps me on track so I don't have to click back and forth. That's picture-in-picture. And then you just close it, and you can do multiple screens. So if you needed to have multiple additional screens up at the bottom, you can do that. The last one that I want to talk to you guys about is actually a fun one. But, you know, I know a lot of times teachers buy their own supplies, so I figured it's also pretty functional too. It's called Honey. So what Honey does is, I don't have it installed on this one. Let me pull it up on another account here. Honey, there we go. So, it's this gray H right now up here. Now, if I am shopping online, so let's say I go to Oriental Trading, and I'm out here shopping, buying some supplies for the party or something. If Honey finds, see how it just lit up in orange with a number 2? That means that Honey just searched the internet everywhere there is a search and found 2 coupon codes. So then when you get to checkout, you just click that, and it will automatically run through every coupon code. Yeah, it'll automatically run through every coupon code that it'll find and try to apply it for you. And I will say, it doesn't always work. Like, it doesn't always save you money. However, it saves you hours and, you know, minutes and tons of time searching the internet for a coupon code, because I have never been able to find one on my own that Honey didn't find. So, like, if it doesn't work, there's probably not one out there that's going to work for you. So you'll know, and you'll save your time searching. So that's Honey. That's a fun one. Like to show you that, because who doesn't want to save money, right? Okay, so what we're going to do now is you guys will go, so you download extensions or install them to Chrome from the Chrome Web Store. So if you are on the presentation, you can go ahead and you can just click this Chrome Web Store link if you want. Or if you're looking in Chrome, if you see in your bookmarks bar, at the very far left, Apps, and it's a colored checkerboard, that will let you select the Chrome Web Store too. There you go. Looks like you guys are getting there. So then if you go to extensions, and then you'll see categories, and you can actually kind of browse through and search by category. If you have the presentation up, you can click any image from any of or the title on any of my slides, and it'll take you to where that is in the Chrome Web Store. So if you see one that you like, so let's say, what's one that you guys, sounds like everybody wants to speak it and read. Okay, so if you just up here in the search, if we search Speak It, yeah, the search is in the top left in the Chrome Web Store. And then I do want to point out, we're not talking about apps today. So just make sure when you guys are searching that if you're looking for the extension, the search criteria, if there's anything that comes up in these categories, it's always apps, then extensions, then themes. So if you search Speak It, and then you just press that blue Add to Chrome button and say allow or okay if it pops something up. Oh, go ahead and click on Speak It. And then Add to Chrome. Say Add Extension. And then there it is. It'll be right there. So some extensions will pull up like a settings page. It looks like Speak It's one of them. So if you wanted to adjust some of the settings, you could do that there. I know, I'm like,
What are they?
they're flies. Yeah. I feel like the Matrix up there, like dodging back and forth. Yeah.
I see it has a speech to text feature. Do you know anything about that?
That would let you, like, the reverse. Like,
Right.
you would speak and it would type
Does that
it.
work?
I haven't tested it with that one. I know that there's one called text to speech that's pretty accurate.
Okay.
But I mean, yeah, check it with that because, you know, if you don't have to add another extension. I did not test that feature.
Okay.
Because I knew of some other ones that did that, so I wasn't concerned with that. I was trying to find a good reading the text one.
It's already installed.
It would be this one. Extension, speak it, add to Chrome. Yeah.
I already had it. That was the first one I had.
So I'm just gonna let you guys kind of peruse the Chrome Web Store for a few minutes. And then if you actually you can either type this bit.ly/add your extension or click on this image and it's gonna pull up a virtual bulletin board. And I was gonna ask that some that I didn't talk about, but if you find in the Chrome Web Store, to just add a sticky note with what the extension's called and a little description of it. So take a few, yeah, Google Docs Quick Create, I think was the other one that your guys' eyes perked up on. Google Docs Quick Create. That's the one that lets you make a document, spreadsheet, presentation, drawing, or form from any web page. Don't have to log into Drive first.
Yeah. Should we do Google Drive Quick Create so we can do any of them?
It's called Google Docs Quick Create is what the extension is called.
So there's
do the Google Docs Quick Create. They probably do the same thing. You'll find that there are, like, from one extent, I mean, there's a handful of extensions that do what readability does, and there's 100 extensions that'll do text to speech and everything. So some of it's just kind of picking, playing, and personal preference. Readability is the chair. Let's see.
That sure looks familiar.
I love them. I can't stand having
But I don't know if I can see
articles.
Go back here and search again. Let me make sure that it wasn't an app.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah, it says that you have it.
Can't see it.
I don't see it either.
Probably. Maybe on the other account and I'm reading this one. And I need to get that thing up that shows where I don't know. So I've been just, once I just added, I've been putting on the other side.
Yeah, I have a handful that, like, on all my accounts, I go through and install and have them multiple places. Yeah. Awesome.
My kids, we do a vocab program throughout the week and then there are different levels. So like, we get on Quizlet and I mean, there's so much there.
Do they like it?
It's the computer. It's literally making flashcards, but it's
Right.
the computer. But there's games with it and that help them like work. So, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you for adding to our bulletin board up here. Yeah. You can either click it on the presentation, it's a live link like the image of this, or it's the URL is bit.ly/add your extension. It's the second to last slide, I think. Bit.ly was the URL shortener. Do you guys do any timed I usually show elementary teachers this one, but do you guys ever do like timed activities? There's one called One Click Timer that when I click, the only thing I don't like, or at least I haven't been able to figure out how to do any, like seconds so like half-minute intervals or something, but you'll see in a minute when the minute's up. The elementary people always like this one because you can change the sound and it's not like a it's like a soothing guitar. So for more, it's called One Click Timer, the number 1. One click timer.
It'll stay that small.
It'll stay like that, yeah. Actually, if I click that, I don't want to press it right now and test it because I don't want to stop the timer so that it'll finish so you can actually hear it. Yeah, but it makes for a nice, calm transition instead of like getting them all riled up. So that's called One Click Timer. Here's the sound it makes. Yeah, nice and peaceful. And as we're kind of coming to a close, feel free, I can stick around longer, so feel free to keep exploring and adding your sticky note to our bulletin board to share with your colleagues who weren't able to be here, some of the other extensions that you find. But if you would, just take a minute. You don't have to stop what you're doing now. You can do it later, but just fill out evaluation again. And then don't forget in the Schoology group that you can vote on next week too. So that should show up in your home feed now since you're all a part of the group. Are there any questions about anything? Number 1. Oh yeah, some of them will pop up that settings screen afterwards. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stop our recording then if no one has any questions. That might be useful to record. Okay.